Yo, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be day 4 of my current training program that I'm running at the moment. It is back in biceps today, which is honestly one of my favorite days at the moment, because I used to lack, especially my back area, a lot. So if that's the case for you, try this day out and it might help you out. But anyway, quick disclaimer, no qualifications in the slightest to do with any personal training or any of that. I ain't a doctor, I'm a dumbass. But this is the stuff that's worked for me. This is the stuff I enjoy. To warm up, it depends on what I'm feeling on the day. Some of the time I'll do 2 sets of pull-ups, just get the back and the biceps warmed up. Sometimes I'll grab a lightweight and do high rep curls, like 3 sets of 15 of just curling it, because I always want to get my biceps warmed up, because you don't want to pop one of them out. So those are the 2 main exercises I really do for warm up. And then whenever I get onto my first exercise, which is the lateral pull down machine with the bar, I work my way up to my heavy set. I start with lateral pull down, just the normal bar, as I'm sure all of your gyms will have. The sets for these, I like to do 1 4 to 6, so I like to have 1 strength set, then I like to drop the weight to get 2 sets of 8 to 10, then drop the weight again to do a 12 to 15. So we do 4 sets. We got a heavy, 2 volume, and I always like to add a high rep range, especially at the end, more of a 12 to 15 plus. Just get that endurance, just get that blood pumping. How I hold the bar, I don't wrap my thumbs under. It's kind of like a suicide grip. I personally don't do suicide grip, like when I'm benching. Don't fucking do that shit. But in terms of lateral pull downs, I feel if you bring your thumbs up and around, you get so much better of a squeeze on the back. I personally don't know the science behind it. I think it's to do something with engaging your forearm, like this engages it and that doesn't as much. However, do try that. Move your thumb up like that on the bar, and I'm sure you'll feel the squeeze a whole lot better. In terms of width, obviously that's just going to depend on your wingspan. Some people might need to go wider. I don't go crazy wide because I don't feel it. So depending on the widths, just test out different widths and see which one you really feel the best contractions with. Common mistakes with this one is people bring it down and then they hunch over because they're trying to pull it down way too far. Don't do that, it's not needed. Some people lean too far back. I like to lean a little bit back just because I just feel I can squeeze it a whole lot better. Make sure you're not moving the weight with momentum. You're contracting your back. After the exercise, I take off the bar, and I personally like to grab, the 2 handles that you use for cable curls. Some people like to have the bar attachments. However, I like to use just the handles. Like I have a more free movement with them, so I can pull them down and squeeze, because the bar I'd be like that. Whereas with the handles, I can get that extra bit of squeeze. Again, if you never tried it, try it out. I personally really like it. And sometimes with the handles, you can even do single arm ones. But anyway, this is close grip lateral pull down. So you stay on the same machine, put the handles on. Again, these sets are 1 4 to 6, 2 times 8 to 10, then drop for a 12 to 15. Same as the last one. For the first 2 exercises on my back day, I like to do that rep range where I have 1 heavy set, just to get some overloading in there. I personally don't feel I need to do a crazy amount of heavy and overloading on my back and biceps days. I just want to get that volume in. If you feel you want to do more heavy, you can incorporate that as well. I like to lean back a tiny bit more with this one, just so I can properly bring my elbows down and squeeze the bottom of my lats. And then also the same with lateral pull down. I like to go all the way back up and get a nice stretch here, and then come all the way back down. Moving on, now we go into more of a rowing movement. I head onto my row machine. This can be just a normal machine, or as you can see in the video, my machine is a plated machine. Now for the rest of the exercises, I'm no longer doing any heavy sets. I'm doing 3 sets of 8 to 10, then drop it for a 12 to 15. That goes for every exercise beyond this point. And in terms of grip, I grip down at the bottom of the bar, or the handles even, not the bar. And I pull in. I like to keep my elbows tucked in as much as possible, because some people flare them out. And if you flare them out, just by doing this motion, I can feel quite a squeeze in my upper back, especially my trap region. So just by keeping those elbows tucked, you get a really good squeeze on like your mid back. I don't know how to fucking describe it, but you can feel the difference. You can put your elbows out and then do elbows in. You can feel the difference in the squeeze and where you're targeting. Make sure though that the machine is good enough for you to get a nice stretch on the way at the end of the rep. Good squeeze, nice and controlled all the way out. Get a good stretch. Then after that, I personally like to go onto my plated lateral pull down machine. However, my grip is an underhand grip, and as I said, my back used to lack. This underhand grip has actually developed my back and helped it grow so much to what it is now. Like again, the lateral pull down and the close grip and the row is incredible, but I never used to do an underhand grip, and this machine allows me to do that. And you can do it with a normal lateral one if you don't have this machine. The way that the machine allows me to stretch with the underhand, and I bring it down and just, I don't know what it is. This shit is built different. I'm sounding like a dumbass because I'm not saying this very Jeff Nipparty or Athlete Next. I'm just saying it's fucking awesome. I'm not going to give you any science behind it. I don't know what the fuck it is myself. But this shit, bro, underhand is built different. The squeeze you get is incredible. If you don't have that machine, try underhand grip on just the normal lateral pull down, bro. That shit is busting. I'm not on crack. I'm being dead ass. This shit is fire. Try that, and yeah, you get some good squeezes off. Some good squeezes. Let's shut the fuck up, Alex. Right, then after that, I go back to a rowing movement. However, this is a single arm movement because again, I really like adding in single arm or single leg or single muscle movements at a time, just because they help with imbalances and you can get an even more focus on the squeeze and the stretch. I'm such a fucking stupid nerd, but a dumb one. I have this machine that you obviously see in the video. If you don't have that, because I have been to gyms where they don't have it, you know, you can set something up on the cables, or you can go back onto the original machine and just do it single arm. Or you might have noticed as well, another substitute of this could be a dumbbell row. Instead of going on this machine, or instead of using the other machine, if you guys prefer a dumbbell row, you could substitute that in instead. I personally, when it comes to dumbbells, I don't feel it at all in my back. No matter what I try, I've tried the dumbbell movements, I fucking hate that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I ain't sugarcoating shit. That shit is shit. Keep it PG. However, if it works for you and you would prefer that exercise, swap out one of the rows. Like the other movements, 3 sets of 8 to 10, then drop it for a 12 to 15, obviously on each arm. Same thing, I really love this machine, especially with the single arm. Again, just because you can lean that little bit forward and then come all the way back. Lean that little bit forward and then come all the way back. And bro, it's fucking stupid how nice it is. Yeah, so that takes me through all of the main back movements, and then as a finisher, I like to end off with a straight arm pull downs. Nice straight back. It's like you're fucking skiing. Language, Alex. It's like you're skiing. Grab them at the top. I like to keep my arms locked at a tiny bit of an angle, not fully straight. I know it's called straight arm pull down, but like keep them at a bit of an angle. And then come down, stick your chest out, squeeze the back, really get into the lats, come out, stretch, down and up. It's kind of hard to do when you got a desk in the way. However, if you do struggle with lat activation, it could benefit you to move that exercise to the start and really get into them and get them warmed up. I personally do them as a finisher just because I burn out on them. I do 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop for a 12 to 15. But depending on how I'm feeling, as it's a burnout, you could just do 4 sets of a 12 to 15 and just fucking destroy your lats after they've already been anally destroyed. Yeah, but that takes me to the end of back. Now we move on to bicep. I do 3 dumbbell movements, then I go into the cables, and I do 2 cable movements. I don't use any easy bars. I don't use any bars because my forearms are shit. My wrists are awful. I get a strain that goes from here all the way down to here. If I just ignore the strain and be a dumbass, like, so it'll like, after a while, it'll legit hurt to like write with a pen. I prefer dumbbells to get that free because I can literally just, you know, have like a free range with my wrist and my forearm. So you won't see any of that. However, again, if you benefit off the easy bar curl, swap something out for it. Make sure what you swap out correlates with the other exercise you're getting rid of. So don't swap easy bar curl for hammer curls because you want hammer curls in to get that thickness. You could do it for supinated curls because it's the same motion, but instead of dumbbells, easy bar curl. However, I'm going to take you through my workout so there is no bar, but that's just a quick disclaimer. Do what you improve. However, I do recommend you definitely keep the cable movements in, because cable movements are fucking incredible, because throughout the movement, just constant tension. Because with dumbbells, you can get away with tension, 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 no tension, or a little bit tension, but it depends. If you just drop it, there's no tension whatsoever, and there's nothing here. It's only here, 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 a little bit up here, drop it. So if you do dumbbells, again, try and control it. I'm guilty of it. You might see in these clips. I need to work on lowering the dumbbell a lot slower. With my dumbbells, I try and overload more. So my first bicep movement is alternating curls. One arm at a time. Start like a hammer curl, and then twist up into supination, squeeze. Try and drive your pinky out that way, because just by twisting your pinky, you can see it tenses your bicep even more. So as you get to the top of the rep, twist, and you'll feel it a lot more. Again, with this arm, twist. And I prefer to do alternating arms as well, just because it really helps with your grip strength, because as you're holding them for a lot longer, so when you're getting to the end of the set, your biceps won't be the one that's tired. Sometimes it'll be your forearms, but you just got to hold on, and it will constantly improve their grip strength as well as your biceps. 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop for a 12 to 15. After the bicep alternating curls, I then like to go into hammer curls. Try and get that thickness of the arm, because it's all good looking good from the side, but you also want to look very thick from the front. Work something called the brachialis. I've always preferred with dumbbells to come just straight up, squeeze, come down. However, some people prefer to come across to their chest because they feel it targets more. I personally haven't felt that. I just like to stay forward, but again, it's personal preference. Do what feels best for you. And that's 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop for a 12 to 15. Then for the final dumbbell movement, I just like to do supinated curls. Keep my arms locked, work on the peak of the bicep. And with the supinated curls, you can do them standing, you can do them sitting, or you can put the chair at an incline and put your arms back, get that extra stretch on the way down. 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop for a 12 to 15. As I do 2 cable movements, I like to incorporate, again, a thickness movement and then a supinated movement to get the peak and thickness. As we've just done the supinated dumbbells, whenever I first get onto the cables, I like to start on the thickness of the bicep, the more brachialis. I do single-handed. I usually like to use ropes, but my gym ain't got the ropes out right now because apparently you can't clean them or something. I know some gyms still have them. My gym told me to go fuck myself. Really get a good squeeze and control it on the way down. 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop for a 12 to 15 on each arm, of course. For the final bicep exercise, it's a supinated movement on the cables. Grab the handles again that you use for the flies and the close grip, and they work really well for a supinated curl. Control to keep your elbow locked by your side. Now it's controlled all the way down. Squeeze the peak as much as you can when you get up to the top. Control it on the way down. Don't just drop it because you have constant tension. Just make sure you are correcting your form every step of the way. Sometimes I even watch these videos back and I'm like, Alex, you need to work on this, you need to slow down the rep. And then there's always something that we can improve on and we can learn on. There's nothing wrong with it. Improving it will only make you better. So if you don't want to do the single arm supinated curls, grab the bar and do some supinated curls on the cables. Just make sure the form's right. However, that does conclude me for the back and biceps day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Go check out the other parts. Depending on when you're watching this, I don't know how many of them will be out. As the day I'm shooting this, leg day just went up. So I'm going to try and get this out as fast as I can. Again, check if the other parts are out. Once I'm done with this series, I'm going to give you a 6-day push-pull legs. And then after that, I'm going to give you a 3-day push-pull legs for any beginners starting out. So subscribe, stay tuned for that. Check all the links in the description, all my Instagrams, blah, blah, blah. Comment down below if it helped you out. And yeah, I'll see you fuck asses in the next video. Peace.